Badminton as experts play the game. Introducing Scotland's Ken Davidson in the far court and Canada's Hugh Forgy, two of the greatest international champions ever to hit a shuttlecock. You don't.
If you watch badminton regularly, you've probably felt this already. The game just looks different now. Not in a flashy way, not because of one crazy new shot, but in a quieter, harder to explain way. Rallies feel tighter. Players seem calmer under pressure. And somehow, even when no one is smashing, it still feels like someone is being pushed to the edge. That's because modern badminton isn't just about speed anymore. It's about control. About taking time away without looking rushed. About turning normal situations into uncomfortable ones. The biggest changes in the game today aren't obvious. They're technical, subtle, and easy to miss unless you're really paying attention. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. They show up in how players lift, how they use their wrist, how they move, and how they build rallies shot by shot. And if you want to understand where badminton is right now, you don't need to look back in time. You just need to look closer at how the game is being played today. Modern badminton is less about surviving rallies and more about controlling them. One of the clearest examples of this shift is how lifting is used today. In the modern game, lifts are no longer just defensive resets. They're tools. Strategic, directional, and often aggressive in intention. Players aren't lifting high just to buy time anymore. They're lifting flatter, tighter, and with purpose. A lift today is often aimed not at safety, but at disrupting the opponent's base. You'll see lifts that look defensive, but are actually pushing the opponent into uncomfortable rear court positions, especially on the backhand side. Even under pressure, players are trying to maintain quality. Because a weak lift at this level doesn't reset the rally, it ends it. Lifts have changed over the past few years to a more deceptive style. In the past, lifts used to be more of a flick upwards, with the racket often starting in the net position and flicking upwards from there. But over the course of time, this has changed to a more deceptive style, which involves the racket moving from the down position to the net position whilst lifting. Wrist usage in modern badminton has become far more dominant, especially in singles. But this isn't the exaggerated all-wrist idea people talk about. It's compact acceleration. Players today rely on shorter swings, later contact points, and explosive finger power to generate pace without committing their entire body. This allows them to attack from positions that used to be considered neutral or even defensive. A half step late, a slightly off-balance position, and the shuttle still comes back with real threat. This compact style does two things. First, it saves energy across long matches. Second, it disguises intent. When the preparation looks the same for clear, drop, and smash, the defender has less information to work with. That's why modern rallies feel unpredictable. Not because players are taking more risks, but because they're revealing less. But wrist usage doesn't exist in isolation. It changes how players move. Footwork today is built around efficiency, not reach. Players are no longer sprinting corner to corner unless they have to. Instead, movement is sharper, more compact, and designed to arrive just in time. Modern footwork prioritizes explosive first steps, micro adjustments, and recovery speed over long, flowing movement. This is especially noticeable in how players handle mid-court pressure. Rather than retreating fully and resetting, they hold their base higher, trusting their wrist and reaction speed to deal with fast shots. This also explains why footwork now looks different between players, because it's deeply connected to playing style. Players who rely more on compact wrist acceleration tend to arrive later but faster, trusting last-second adjustments. Players who use fuller strokes tend to arrive earlier, setting their base to allow cleaner preparation. Neither is better, but modern badminton clearly favors those who can delay commitment without losing quality. There's another part of modern badminton that doesn't show up on slow-motion replays or stat sheets, but it might be the most important change of all: mindset. My coach once told me something that stuck with me. There are two people inside every player. One of them wants comfort. That voice tells you it's okay to ease off, that you don't need to push today, that maybe this level just isn't for you. And the other voice is the opposite. It's ambitious, uncomfortable, and never satisfied. It's the part of you that wants more. Even when your body is tired, even when the rally hurts. The hardest opponent you'll ever face isn't across the net. It's that first voice. Because if you can't control your own mind, it doesn't matter how good your technique is. Before you compete with anyone else, you have to compete with yourself. Once you win that battle, everything else becomes possible. This mindset shows up very clearly when playing better players. Have you ever felt stuck at the start of a match? Like the court feels heavy, the pressure builds instantly, and suddenly you're down 6 or 7 points without really knowing how? That's not accidental. Better players are trained to do this. They don't wait to feel the match out. They take control early. By the time you tell yourself, I just need the next point, they've already shaped the flow of the game. A lot of developing players make the same mistake. They go into matches thinking they'll ease into it, rally a bit, test things out. But against strong opponents, or honestly against anyone, that mindset puts you on the back foot immediately. Top players don't start passive. They start with intent. Even when it looks calm, they're imposing their strengths from the very first rally. When you watch legends like Lee Chong-wei or Lin Dan rally early in matches, it's not hesitation, it's familiarity. They already know each other's games. But when a new or lower-ranked player faces a top opponent, the result is often brutal because the top player comes in with a clear goal: build a lead, apply pressure, and force risk. That's the mindset shift modern badminton demands. Start with your strengths. Create pressure early. Make the opponent feel like they have to chase the match. When you control the beginning, you control the narrative. So it's not just about how you finish rallies, it's about how you start them. Strong start, strong finish. Another underrated change is rally intention. In today's game, players are constantly probing. Every shot has a question attached to it. Is the opponent late? Is their base shifting? Are they uncomfortable on this side? Rather than committing to full attacks immediately, players often apply pressure in layers, tightening the lift, speeding up the clear, flattening the drop, until the opening appears. This is why rallies feel tense even when no one is smashing. Pressure is being applied, just not always visibly. All of this adds up to a game that's more controlled, more calculated, and more demanding than ever. Modern badminton doesn't reward raw effort. It rewards efficiency, awareness, and technical precision. The best players today aren't just fast or strong. They're economical. They waste nothing. Every movement, every stroke, every lift serves a purpose. And this is the key takeaway. Badminton didn't suddenly change overnight. It evolved quietly. And the players who succeed now are the ones who understand that the game isn't about doing more. It's about doing less better. If you want to understand modern badminton, don't just watch who wins the rally. Watch how they set it up.